Good evening, I'm Dan Kerrigan. Ahead in the newscast, we'll find out how students felt about the water emergency on campus.
And I'm John Leonard. Ahead in sports, KU Athlete of the Week and where the baseball team ranks in the PSAC Eastern Division.
And I'm Lee Martin. Those stories plus your extended forecast right here on Newsbreak.
Last week's water emergency left a lot of people thirsty. Here's Alex Shorochinski with the story.
Signs like these became very familiar sights to KU students last week. Last Monday, KU's water supplier, the borough of Kutztown, issued a boil water advisory after melting snow had released excess turbidity into the water supply, leaving KU students and employees alike scrambling for water for 5 days.
Well, I actually drank the water ahead of time, not knowing it was undrinkable.
Students reported having had drank the water before they received warning of the alert. Some students reported that they had not received the email from the university warning them of the issue until after 1 p.m. on Monday.
Things were a little up in the air, and getting meals and stuff was weird because for a while they weren't making pasta or salads, and I was like, complicates my lunch life a little bit. But I mean, overall, I can't really complain.
AVI Food Service had to adjust their menu offerings during the advisory period at KU's dining facilities. As the week progressed, AVI brought in food washed at commercial facilities outside the borough in order to restore as many menu offerings as possible. Canned and bottled drinks were offered to replace fountain drinks.
I couldn't brush my teeth for a while without using a water bottle. That was fun. I was really afraid to go in the shower, even though I did, but I was a little afraid.
All week, University Facilities Department tested the water on campus and found it to be clean and safe, though the borough of Kutztown did not lift the water advisory until mid-morning on Friday. Kutztown Borough is working to gather more information on the incident so it does not happen again. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Alex Shorochinski.
The subdivision of the old Kutztown Airport is still being decided, and a shopping center might replace it. The current shutdown of the airport is leading some controversy around the separation of the land. The last remaining piece of aviation equipment is the medevac helicopter, the only one in Berks County that flies critically injured patients to Lehigh Valley Hospital. Owners expressed an interest in keeping the medevac helicopter, but are running into zoning problems. The property adjacent to the university has a mobile home park, and many speculate the rest of the land's use. Officially, the property is still for sale. Joseph O'Keefe, the attorney representing the owners, says that the piece of land will most likely become a shopping center and an establishment that will have a significant impact on the university community. Newsbreak will keep you posted with this developing story. The Ball Soprano by Eugene Ionesco will play tonight. The performance, directed by Kutztown University's David Pfeiffer, will include an all-KU cast. The curtain call for tonight's performance is at 8 p.m. The play will run tonight till Saturday, with all performances starting at 8 p.m. There will be a special performance Sunday the 22nd at 2 o'clock. All shows will take place in KU's Rickenbach Theater. Tickets are $10 for students and $15 for adults. Tickets can be purchased at the door via phone at 610-683-4092 or online at www.tickets.com. And Lee, do you plan on seeing the play?
I do. They usually have pretty good performances, so I might go out and see them this weekend.
I think so. I might do the same.
If the weather permits, though.
That's true. How is the weather doing right now?
Actually, the weather's not looking too bad. This is what it's going to look like this week in Kutztown. Today, it was beautiful out. We saw a high of 40 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Not too much going on. We're going to see a low of 19 degrees With tomorrow, it looks like a mix of snow and rain with a high of 39 during the day and a low of 30 at night with clouds and evening rain. Now we'll take a look at the extended 5-day forecast, where we will see a high of 40 degrees on Thursday and a low of 22 on Thursday. It's still breezy and still has a little bit of mixed precipitation, so you might want to keep your umbrellas handy. Friday we'll see a high of 35 and a low of 22 under a sunny sky with occasional winds. Saturday we'll see a high of 37 and a low of 22 with clouds all day and all night. Sunday we'll see a nice high of 33, mostly sunny and breezy like today, and a low of 21, which is going to be a little breezy and cold. And finally on Monday we'll see a high of 38 degrees and a low of 23 degrees. It's a nice way to start off the week. It'll be nice. Back to Dan and at the desk with more local news.
Thank you, Lee. Smokers are still on campus. The controversy surrounding the statewide smoking ban seems to have faded. This semester seemed to test the lingering question, how is the university going to enforce this? Currently, students throughout Kutztown campus are seen smoking socially outside classroom buildings and walking to class. The ban also included bars and restaurants. In town, the Tavern and Shorty's Bar have remained mostly smoke-free. And John, basketball team has been busy lately, haven't they?
Yes, they have, and they'll be even more busy tomorrow night, but for good events, Dan.
Absolutely.
The preseason baseball polls are out, and Kutztown is set to finish third in the PSAC Eastern Division. The poll, which is voted on by coaches, has Westchester in first, Shippensburg in second, and then the Golden Bears. The Golden Bears have a record of 2-2 so far this season after they split 2 doubleheaders against Barton. Kutztown's next game will come against Lock Haven in the Builder Invitational on Thursday. PSAC divisional play begins for the Golden Bears when they take on East Stroudsburg on March 13th. The women's basketball team will be hosting the Women's Basketball Coaches Association Pink Zone Initiative tomorrow night when the men and women basketball teams take on Westchester. Pink Zone raises awareness for breast cancer on the court and off the court. All fans are asked to wear pink to the game to show up and support the cause. Pink Zone isn't the only event happening at the women's game tomorrow night, as it is also faculty, staff, and Dean's List night. At halftime of the women's game, Kutztown will be honoring the student athletes who made the Dean's List in 2008. Faculty, staff, and their immediate families are asked to attend this night, as they will get in for free with their Kutztown ID. To finish our basketball-filled sports news, Dave Ben was named KU Student Bookstore Athlete of the Week. Ben, in a win over Mansfield last Wednesday, scored 24 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. In the second game of the week, Ben scored 20 points, grabbed 7 rebounds, and had 3 steals in a 77-61 win over Millersville on Saturday. Ben will look to continue his success when the Golden Bears go for their 10th straight win as they take on Westchester tomorrow night.
Thank you, John. And thank you for joining us tonight and every Monday through Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. right here on KUTV Channel 24.
Newsbreak, what are you watching?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.